Hello everyone, welcome back to the Artisan of Glimmith. It's been a bit over a week since I last played, I think. I guess we were thinking of finishing up this area, weren't we? Oh yeah, we're doing pretty well actually. 48 of 48, and then there's like some 5s and... There's like or maybe it's only 6s now. Let's just jump straight into a 6. Come on, we can do it. Easy peasy. See? It's just that. I can do that. Precision 5. Okay, that's important. So this is definitely a different region. It may be that region. It may not be that region. Similar thing over here. This must be like this. Precision 5. In fact, there's some kind of rotational symmetry here. These 3 and these 3 are the same. But then there's this in the middle, so I guess this is true as well. In fact, there's a 5, okay. Easy peasy. This is a 6? No way. Don't speak too soon. Okay. This thing is kind of interesting now against here. Kind of, sort of. Actually, yes. Okay, so if this were vertical. What am I saying? Well, it could only go down to there, but it could go elsewhere. It could go up here and here, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so not that. So it's a 6 or a 7. Does that mean we're doing some kind of counting? Although Palisade isn't a very county kind of rule, is it? What's my thing about like the opposite edge thing? Is that what they called it? Like whenever I have... It's whenever I have one of these. Is it? Like a corner one? If I know one edge, I know it continues, yeah, across. Okay, yeah, that's the thing. However, I don't have that situation yet, so that doesn't help. Do we know... I guess we know how many regions there are going to be. So, 1 in the middle plus 50, so 10 more regions, 11 regions in total. Okay. And where do we go next? That's probably the question I'm supposed to answer. Look at these lovely flowers back here, although that one looks very odd. And that one does as well. But oh well, let's not look at them too closely. So you're done. Well, the trouble is there's nothing about these that says like, it's not like there has to be one per region. It's not like there has to be a certain distance between a thing and a thing, because like we could have a region without one in. So there's nothing about them that works in terms of like distances of reachability or anything like that. So instead it just has to be about like how a path coming in or out of those Palisade cells interacts with the stuff around it, I guess. Is there something interesting about if you were facing that way? Not really. There might be something interesting about this edge being here, because if this edge were here, then this would have to be a different region to both of them. And it would have to extend out here, and this way, of course. So this would have to extend... It wouldn't have to go that way, but it would have to go this way. And it wouldn't be able to go down, so it would have to go this way at least. Which I guess is fine. Then I could turn. Although, then it hits this and it can't go any further. So I think that does prove that that can't be like that. Oh, except that could have gone there. And then this is a 5 like this, but then that would be by itself as well. Yeah, so that can't extend down to there. So it would have to have been like I've drawn it here. Therefore, that would have to go that way, but then we have a problem with this. I think that's true. It feels like a bit of a... It's like going too deep with a deduction there. I'm kind of curious to do the same on this side, though, because it was an interesting thing to think about. So this has to be different to you and you. So you'd be like this. Similarly, this could go here, but at the very least, it'd have to go here, and then it'd have to go here, and then it'd have to keep going because of this being like that. In this case, you could go down, and then that one could go there, or you could come across, and this one would be to here. So on this side, it actually does work out fine, I think. I don't think there's any problem with that. Okay. What about the option where that isn't like that? I think that's also generally fine because... Oh, I should have got rid of you as well. Because... like this can go up here and here, although there would be problems, but it could go this way as well. There's quite a few things that could happen. It could go up like that, that'd be 5. There's got to be another interesting thing here, like, it's something to do with these, I think. Like, depending on where the edges of you, problems will happen, right? So if you're like this, and this is different to you, you could only get as far as here. So you would at least have to go there, but that is still fine. I think I was finding more interesting things over here, maybe, because of these. Okay, let's try this way around. If you're like this, then any problems, then you can at most go here. Well, this is a different region, but there's so many places it could go. There's too many places it could go. What about the interaction between you and this? Is there one? Well, it can't be like that. If this sticks down, maybe we can do something just from that. If you stick down, what happens to this thing? You can either be like this, or you can be like this. That is probably going to end up being fine, although it's not, because this could never... Okay, so this is always going to be 4 things. That's going to add the other one. If this comes down this way and that sticks up, which is a big if. And because of that then, you're either like sticking out that way and leaving 2 here by themselves, or you're not. In which case you're leaving like 4 here, so and they wouldn't be able to become a 5 either. So that doesn't work. However, that's not the only option. There's this and this, in which case this would have to be going out this way. It couldn't join that. So that would be a 5. So then you'd have to be like this. That does work out. This is all if this is going down. These are some big ifs for sure. But okay, I think that's generally fine. And if you're going this way, what would the implication be? Well, this has to come up this way. It could not be part of this. In fact, can I say, if this is coming down, this edge can't be here. But didn't I just say it worked out fine? No, because in this direction it didn't work out. I think this can't be here, because if it did, if it did be there, then this has to come up, and there's only 4 spaces here. So it would have to then join you in some way. But you are 4 things, so this couldn't join it, right? Is that true? Unless, of course, you went that way, then you would actually have space to come out. There's probably other problems with that, but are there? It kind of seems fine. Something like that. Wait, that's too many. It's not fine, because you can't go into there and stop. Okay, so I think that cannot be a wall there. Is that true? Let me go through that again. If that's a wall there, then this goes in either this direction or this way. Let's say it goes in this direction. And we know that this doesn't join this. Well, unless it does this, but that leaves 2 here. Or like this. These 4 there. I think this is true. So then you go that way. So this can come out, and the only way it's got to escape without joining this is to come underneath it, and then we've got that problem. I mean, I guess I'm just going to say that that's true. Feels like a deep bifurcation, but whatever. I think this is true. So then you must come out this way. You can't go there. So you must go this way. So you can't go here. So you're done. And then we know where you go. I hope that was true. You can't reach this, but something else could. You need only 1 more, so it's going to be here or here or here, I guess. Now what? Okay. This can't go upwards, right? If this went upwards, back to this, then you would have to join it. Either that way or that way, and it would be too big. So yeah, you can't go upwards. So we know at the very least there is an edge here. So that means it does go downwards. And it doesn't join this. And it can only go like... It could potentially go multiple spaces that way. It could even go 3 spaces that way if this was like that. It could. Okay. And then there'd be a border here as well. Alright. Do we have a similar thing with you? If you're a border there and a border there, then there wouldn't be enough space for this to exist without going here, but it'd cut that one off as well. I'm sure there's a nicer deduction I'm supposed to be doing here, but right, this is working, whatever. I mean, I think it's working. I don't know for certain, do I? Is there an inherent problem with having an edge here? I don't think there is actually, because this could go like that could go like that. Yeah, that's fine. Is there an inherent problem with having an edge? Here? If there is an edge here, this has to be open. Yes. So this continues like this. And it must get 1 from that direction and 1 from this direction. Well, either that way, but there must be 1 from each end. So you're basically done at that point. But that also seems to work fairly well. Maybe I should do something else over here at this point. Okay, let's think about stuff on this side. You could be interesting, I guess, if you like this. Let's take it this way. You can't go there, so you're going to have to be exactly that. That means you have to be exactly that. Which means you would be that. And you'd have to go that way, so you could fill this. I mean, am I just solving it? I might just be solving it accidentally. What about a different one? What about this? Any problems with this? You go to the right, but you'd be cutting this off, so you'd have to go left. You would not be able to... You can't go down. Okay, this is interesting. So hold on. So this, you'd have to go up. You can't go right because of this problem. You'd have to go left, but you can't go down, so you have to go left, but then you're only 4. So you're not like that, so there is an edge there, at the very least. Okay. Let's imagine this. This looks like it's not going to have as many problems, I guess. What about opening downwards? Oh, keep it on the pen. Or the feather, sorry. Alright. The quill. So this must go down. Okay, so it couldn't go this way. Well... Yeah, because then either it'd have to go down here, which it can't because then we were on both sides of this thing and that's not going to work out nicely. Or you go here and you can become way too big, or you go up and you can't. So it can't go that way. If it's going down further, and then it's going down even further. Which when it can't go left, it'd have to go right, but then this would be blocked off. So it doesn't go down either. Okay. So it's either this or this. Can I figure out which one works nicely? I'm weirdly getting motion sickness. Is it from these flowers moving? It might be. It's kind of odd in a game that's like almost entirely stationary. Stationary. I mean, it's not stationary, but whatever. Okay. Well, so I at least believe that's the case. Does that give me anything interesting with you? If you're like this now, you don't go up. But you could just not go anywhere and just go to the right. But you can't go to the right because of this thing, because there would be a border there. So in fact, you can't go to the right, so you'd have to go left. You couldn't join this, you couldn't go down, you'd have to go up. That would be 5, and so that would have to go that way, if this is vertical. If this is vertical, that'd have to go that way. Aha, problem. Okay. Wait, so if this is vertical, this can't go that way, so it has to go this way. I hope I'm not making a mistake, because it can't join this, become too big, so they have to go up, and that's 5. So then this would have to go this way, but at least this would have to end up going this way and hit that, and it'd be too small. I think that's correct. It's a very deep bifurcation, but whatever. So I think I'm saying, wait, no, hold on. Don't do the wrong thing. I'm basically saying this. Okay. And so since this can't go here, that's going to be that. It might continue further along, it might not. That's a border. So this is another region, which might be you. It's not you. If it is you, that is the region done. But not sticking out this way. If we're joining you. Are we joining you? If we don't join you, we're going up. And so this would be a border. If we don't join you, this would be a border. That'd be like this. This would have to go up. Couldn't go to the right. Would have to go up further. And there's a few things I could do. Probably have to go to the right, but then we're going to have problems with you. Yeah, okay, so if this goes left at this point, we have a problem with this space. If it goes right at this point, we have a problem with you. Well, we already have a, hold on, okay. So I think the same logic I used down here, I can actually use here. But this can't be a border, because if it is, we have this situation. What do we do with you? You're like trapped. You can't join this. This might be the kind of key deduction here, is that this can't join this because it would be inherently too big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They might be in different positions, but it would be 6. But you also can't escape this way, so you're kind of stuck. So that can't be like that. In fact, specifically, that can't be like that. Which means, what does that mean? That means neither this nor this can be the border. That's useful. That's the kind of deduction I think it wants to be making here, I think. That feels kind of satisfying. Can't be this, because then this can't be part of anything. Yep. So neither. Yeah, I think what this is about is making deductions based on only like 2 bits sticking out of these 3 things, I guess. So what am I saying? I'm saying that has to be joined. It might go up, it might go that way, but that tells us this goes this way, in which case this goes this way. I hope I haven't made a mistake. I might have made a mistake. This can't go upwards, because then this would have to be a 4, so it has to go this way. So that's a border. We're done. I hope. I'm actually kind of worried this doesn't look good. Or does it look good? I think it might be like that and like that. That might be the only way that can go. Because if this is like this, then it can't go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's not the right number of spaces. So you must go this way. Something's got to come out of here. If this goes up, this has got a problem. So it has to come this way. If it goes into that, we're going to just have problems with this. It has to keep going. It's definitely that. Then you come across this way. I think you're that. Oop. There we go. Okay, so what does that mean for this bit? This is going to come out. It can't join you. It's going to be joining you. So that's that region done. That's that region done. That's that region done. And we're done. Yay, I didn't make any mistakes. Whew, that was a 6. There's another 6 somewhere, isn't there? There's a 7 here. Here. A 6. Well, you're a 4. That's a different area. There's definitely another one somewhere. I remember seeing it. Not down there. I don't think. Oh, what's this one? It's a 5. Oh, okay. With a 5 to do. Position 18. 36. Okay, so 2 regions. 2 regions. What's that? That has to be like this. This is the other region here. So that is an edge. And the other region has to get here as well. So that has to be like this. Okay, so it has to get all the way here. In which case, this has to be true. It's not going to go that way because it would never be able to escape. Like past itself. So it has to go this way. I think that was true. So this is going to go here, 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 and it's not going to, yeah, it has to come along the bottom. Then this thing, you're going to have an edge. Are you going to be red or are you going to be blue? How do I figure that out? Well, so interestingly with this, it can't come outwards, can it? Yeah, it could. Maybe. If this comes outwards, this is an edge. So then that does that. Which is maybe fine. But that would have to be the blue. And red would have to get here, which it could. But red would also have to get here. Yeah, so there's something interesting here about like them not being able to cross over each other. So if this were red like this, well, I guess this is more if this is sticking out like this. The trouble is, okay, yeah, I think I see it. If you're sticking out this way, then you need a different color on both sides of you. Which is kind of fine. Except it's not, right? For whatever reason, to do with like this touching the edge. Like this is touching an edge. And that's touching an edge. So if this joins blue, I guess I could join blue at the bottom. But okay, if it joins blue at the bottom, then red would have to get here, which it can't. If it joins blue there, red would have to get there, which it can't. So and then if it joins red here, blue would have to go there, but red wouldn't be able to come across. If it joins red up here, if it joins red up here, blue has to get here, but blue won't be able to get across. So it doesn't go out that way. There's a cleaner way of saying that, but it doesn't go that way. So that goes like that. It may not be red though. it is not red. Right? Well, no, it still could be red. Let's pick a different color that represents neither of them. Okay, or either of them, really. Okay. So at least that is true. It may join the red, it may not join the red. If it doesn't join the red, then we have this kind of situation. Then it's blue, basically, in that situation. So this is red in that situation. But again, isn't there a problem with that? This is blue. Then how's red getting here? If this is blue, we've basically formed a blue wall. And red can't get through. So it's not blue, it's red. Is that true? Yes, because then this red is definitely trapped behind blue in that situation. Okay, so you are blue. No, you are red. The opposite of that. You are red. Okay, so you either go that way or that way. If you go... Blue does still have to get here. It might come along the bottom. I'm going to guess it does come along the bottom. In fact, it has to, because if blue comes along here to get to this, then red is cut off again. So blue has to come along the bottom to here. That's that done. So that means you go that way. And you are also going that way. You have to come here. These still have to connect. Red's not going to here because then it can't get past it. So this is definitely it's definitely cut off here. So blue has to get into this. And so it's going to have to come this way to get there. And it's going to have to go in there right now. How big are you, blue? I hope you're 18. You are 18. Yay. We're done. Nice. That was cute. Was there another 6? Or got +2? There's 7 there. Maybe there's not. Oh, what are you? There's a 4. Okay, I guess we'll do a 4. Keep finding more puzzles. Shape bank. Okay. So these are always the T-shapes. And these are always 3s. Yeah. Well, I guess we can bring the edges in. So this has to be like this. This has to be like this, but there's a few ways it could go. Oh gosh, I need to change to rainbow mode. A few ways it could go. These have to go in like this. It's either this way or that way. This has to come in like this, so that does go that way, in which case that's that way. Right. Oh, yes, that's true. Yeah, and then that has to go that way. Either go that way or that way. You have to be like this now. You have to go that way. You have to do this, and you must stop there. You must do this at the very least. You might stop there, you might keep going. You have to do this now, so you're that. You must go into this. You must go into that. But again, this could come down, or this could go up. So there's a couple of things that could happen there. This has to be this. Yes. This has to be this. It can't be a T-shape, so it's that. This has to go down this way, and it must go into there, so either this way or that way. If it goes that way, then this can't be resolved, right? So it has to be... Is that true? That's true. This has to go this way, so you're a T-shape as well. You go into this, you go into this. Either that way or that way. Either that way or that way. If it's that way, we have a problem with you. Because you wouldn't be able to be a 3 here, so it's not that way, it's like this. You fall to that, so you must be that shape. So you must be this shape, you're that shape, and we're done. Hooray! Still have not found the 6 that I think is somewhere, but I mean, should we try and find it? I'm not going to do it now, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there wasn't another 6. That was my recollection, though. Underneath these trees somewhere. It's like easier to look out for the light source than it is for the thing, although the light source is also kind of hard to see. What am I seeing there? It's just stone. I sure hope there's a compass at some point. If there's not, that will be infuriating. Looking for this stuff. Okay, maybe it's just the 7 remaining. I'm not seeing anything else. You're done. You're done. Oh, I'm seeing some light there. It's a 3. Okay, maybe we'll do you now as well. No, we'll leave it for next time. Okay, we have a 3 and a 7 to do. I can't tell if there's any more, but that'll have to do. All right, I'll see you next time. And wait, am I seeing something here? No, it's weird lighting. Okay, yeah, I'll see you next time, and we'll do a 3 and a 7. All right, goodbye.